So I came across an unexpected hurdle as my trusty old machine decided to call it quits on me.
Silly.
Shut up, silly woman.
I just burned my PC crying as I add parts. Yeah, but what he doesn't tell you is that he was well overdue an upgrade. He deliberately pissed on his fucking PC. He's like, oh no!
I didn't say it like that. Do I sound like that? I don't sound like that. Anyways, I had to scramble to get a new rig as I haven't been researching PC parts in such a long time. And today I want to talk about building a new machine, but with limited resources. This video might be somehow helpful if you're in the same situation, or you're thinking about building your very first new rig and joining the PC master race. I kid, although we have cookies. So just a quick disclaimer, this is not about consoles versus PC. I think that there's good points and merits to either side, but that's a discussion for another time. And also, this ain't a comprehensive guide with crystal clear video instructions. I just quickly recorded my experience and I was sharing this with a friend and decided that this might be helpful for some of you just to make sure that you avoid making the same mistakes I did when I was building this rig. So let's tango. So in case you have no idea how any of this works, I'm going to try to explain it with a bit of an analogy. A car's combustion engine works through a process called a four-stroke cycle, and basically it relies on a precise mix of fuel, air intake, and the spark plug firing. And you can think about the motherboard, CPU, and RAM in a similar way when you have all three components synchronized for optimal performance. So in a very layman way, the motherboard is going to act as your intake, it's going to gather and channel all the system's data. The RAM is going to be your compression, it's going to store and prep the data for the CPU to process efficiently. And your CPU is going to be the spark, it's going to ignite the data into calculations to power your tasks. So you could argue that mismatched parts are likely as bad fuel-air ratios, which are going to stall your performance. So just because you have like really good raw parts, it doesn't mean that they all work well together. So you need to balance that just as you balance a car engine. So when the parts sync, your PC is going to run smooth and the system is going to fire on all cylinders. I don't even know why I wrote that on the screen. I must have been high. But I had this analogy in my head for a long time. So let me know in the comments if it made any sense or if you can refine it. Speaking of which, memory was one of the things I could have researched a little bit better. The plan was to get two 16GB sticks running at 6,000 and add another set later. But as I was adding parts to the shopping cart, I realized that 4 sticks of 16GB would actually fit the budget. However, I found out later that you need to adjust settings individually to get each one to run at 6,000. And this was something that I didn't have either time nor patience to do. And on top of that, I got some memory sticks misfiring. I'm not sure if this was a blessing in disguise, but I ended up returning all the DIMMs and I got two 32GB. Fine, we're grand. Another thing to keep in mind is to have an operating system in a USB drive ready to go. It's an uncanny nightmare to create a Windows boot drive on an Apple system. It's like pulling teeth. Luckily, the transferred NVMe fired up on the first boot, and I was able to reset the system from there. But keep in mind that a few coin worth of a USB stick with your preferred operating system could work wonders. Make up your bootable disk and forget about it. It will save you a lot of time and a hassle.
Let's go.
I swear.
Let's go. Oh, there you go. It's a different one. Memory models were found of non-optimized, what? For DDR5, what? I can't read that. Phew. Phew. It booted with my old operating system. Fuck yeah, let's fucking go!
Another compromise was the initial air cooler, which proved way too noisy, and I knew I was going to be upgrading to a water loop as soon as possible. The air cooler had no pre-applied thermal, So chances are it was a returned product, even though I bought it new. So Amazon WTS. The day after I built the machine, the water loop becomes available for purchase. So it was an insta-buy. I got it the following day and I installed it stat-ish. So for the same temperatures, I got a lot less noise and a lot less claustrophobic case. And last but certainly not least, what I would consider one of the most valuable tips I can possibly give you is to find yourself a buddy that knows a thing or three about computers so you can bounce the ideas for your build with. They're going to help you run some numbers, maybe suggest a few different parts, help you not forget things, make sure that you don't overlook anything. And the idea is just to have someone double check your choices to make sure you're not making any mistakes. So, mad kudos to Tomby. Thank you so much for double checking everything as I was compiling the list and adding things to the shopping carts. I am much appreciated of your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I've been editing videos and the machine runs super smooth, and I wanted to immortalize some of the footage that you've seen throughout the video. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay metal. Oh, fuck. This was pointed down. I was just putting this together. What do you say? 360 no scope, we are one-shotting this shit. What do you say? Holy. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Did we just one-shot this? Did we just one-shot this? Did we just one-shot this? Come on. I want to see some image. I want to see some image. Derp. You need to plug in the monitors properly, otherwise they won't turn on. Did we just one-shot this bitch? We just one-shot this bitch. I don't know how I'm doing this.